Go on record. To state one's opinion officially or publicly. Synonym for. Go on record. Publicize, declare officially, make a statement, state formally, assert publicly, put on record. The senator went on record condemning the recent acts of violence in the city. The CEO went on record to express his support for the proposed changes in company policy. The CEO went on record supporting the company's commitment to sustainability. Take exception to. To disagree or object to a particular opinion or statement. Synonym for. Take exception to. Disagree with, object to, challenge, dispute, oppose, contest. He took exception to the criticism of his work and defended his methods passionately. She took exception to the way her views were misrepresented in the article. She took exception to the implication that she was not capable of handling the project. Tough it out. To endure or withstand pain without complaining. Synonym for. Tough it out. Endure, bear, brave, weather, soldier on, persevere. Despite the injury, he decided to tough it out and finish the marathon. She decided to tough it out through the challenging workout. She toughed it out through the challenging times and eventually achieved her goals. Bear up under. To cope with or endure a difficult situation or pain. Synonym for. Bear up under. Endure, withstand, cope with, stand up to, brave weather. Despite the adversity, he bore up under the pressure and performed admirably. She bore up under the weight of her responsibilities and remained steadfast. Despite the injury, he bore up under the pressure of the competition. Deal with. To manage or handle pain or a difficult situation. Synonym for. Deal with. Handle, manage, address, confront, tackle, cope with. He learned to deal with the chronic pain by practicing mindfulness and meditation. Learning to deal with chronic pain is a significant challenge. She had to deal with the loss of her loved one by seeking support from friends and family. Suffer through. To endure pain or hardship without complaining. Synonym for. Suffer through. Endure, undergo, bear, experience, tolerate weather. She suffered through the long hours of studying to pass her exams. He had to suffer through the pain of recovery after surgery. Despite the discomfort, he suffered through the physical therapy sessions to regain mobility. Grin and bear it. To endure something unpleasant or painful with a smile. Synonym for. Grin and bear it. Endure, tolerate, put up with, bear, suffer, take. She had to grin and bear it when faced with criticism from her peers. Despite the discomfort, she tried to grin and bear it during the long flight. He knew he had to grin and bear it during the challenging times of his career. Put up with. To tolerate or endure pain or discomfort. Synonym for. Put up with. Tolerate, endure, bear, stand, accept, stomach. Patients often have to put up with side effects during medical treatment. She put up with the discomfort of the cramped airplane seat during the long flight. He put up with the noisy neighbors for years before finally deciding to move. Fight through. To persevere and continue despite experiencing pain. Synonym for fight through. Persevere, push through, soldier on, persist, carry on, keep going. She fought through the adversity and emerged stronger than before. Despite feeling exhausted, he fought through the pain to complete the race. Athletes often have to fight through injuries to compete at a high level. Power through. To push oneself to continue despite pain or fatigue. Synonym for power through. Push through, persevere, endure, continue, carry on, soldier on. With determination, he powered through the final stages of the project despite feeling fatigued. Despite the injury, she powered through the competition and won the championship. She powered through the last few miles of the marathon. Numb the pain. To use medication or other methods to reduce or eliminate physical pain. Synonym for numb the pain. Deaden the pain, anesthetize, desensitize, diminish pain, dull the pain, alleviate pain. He took painkillers to numb the pain after the surgery. The doctor prescribed medication to numb the pain after surgery. She used ice packs to numb the pain in her sprained ankle. Take the edge off. To reduce the severity or intensity of pain. Synonym for take the edge off. Lessen the severity, diminish, reduce, ease, mitigate, dampen. A hot bath can sometimes take the edge off muscle soreness. A warm cup of tea helps to take the edge off after a long day. A relaxing massage can take the edge off muscle tension and stress. Ease up on. To reduce pressure or intensity, often referring to pain. Synonym for ease up on. Lighten up on, reduce, lessen, diminish, relax, moderate. The physical therapist advised him to ease up on the exercise to avoid further pain. The doctor advised him to ease up on strenuous activities until his injury healed. He asked the physical therapist to ease up on the pressure during the massage. Wince at. To flinch or show discomfort in response to pain. Synonym for wince at. Flinch at, cringe at, grimace at, recoil from, shudder at, shiver at. She winced at the sharp pain in her knee when she tried to stand up. She winced at the sudden sharp pain in her knee. He winced at the sight of the needle before getting his vaccination. Cry out in pain. To vocalize one's distress due to physical suffering. Synonym for cry out in pain. Scream in pain, yell in pain, shout in pain, vocalize distress, wail in pain, howl in pain. The patient cried out in pain when the nurse touched the injured area. The patient cried out in pain as the nurse administered the injection. As she tripped and fell, she cried out in pain, clutching her injured ankle. Double over in pain. To bend forward due to the severity of pain. Synonym for double over in pain, bend over in pain, hunch over in pain, collapse in pain, fold in pain, curl up in pain, crumple in pain. Seeing the severity of the injury, she doubled over in pain and called for help. He doubled over in pain after being hit in the stomach during the match. After the impact, he doubled over in pain. Grit one's teeth. To clench or grind one's teeth as a response to pain. Synonym for grit one's teeth. Bear down, clench one's teeth, endure, tough it out, soldier on, endure stoically. Despite the agony, he gritted his teeth and continued with the intense workout. She gritted her teeth during the painful medical procedure. She gritted her teeth to endure the pain of getting a tattoo. Hold back tears. To suppress the urge to cry due to pain or emotional distress. Synonym for hold back tears. Suppress tears, control tears, fight back tears, refrain from crying, bottle up emotions, keep emotions in check. He held back tears as he recounted the painful memories of his childhood. Despite the pain, he held back tears during the difficult conversation. Despite the emotional speech, she managed to hold back tears until she was alone. Shrug off. To dismiss or downplay pain or discomfort. Synonym for shrug off. Dismiss, ignore, brush off, downplay, minimize, disregard. He tried to shrug off the pain in his knee, assuming it was just a minor injury. Some athletes have the ability to shrug off minor injuries and continue playing. She tends to shrug off discomfort, believing it will resolve on its own. Rub soreness away. To massage or apply pressure to alleviate pain or soreness. Synonym for rub soreness away. Massage away, alleviate soreness, relieve discomfort, ease pain, soothe soreness, apply pressure to ease pain. After the long hike, she rubbed soreness away from her muscles with a soothing balm. He rubbed soreness away from his shoulders after a strenuous workout at the gym. After the workout, he rubbed soreness away from his muscles. Swell up with pain. To experience an increase in pain and discomfort. Synonym for swell up with pain. Experience increased pain, aggravate discomfort, suffer from swelling, feel pain intensify, encounter heightened pain, become inflamed with pain. The injury caused his knee to swell up with pain. The wound began to swell up with pain, indicating an infection. His eyes swelled up with pain as he struggled to stand after the accident. Tend to the pain. To take care of or address the needs associated with pain. Synonym for tend to the pain. Attend to the pain, address discomfort, manage the pain, take care of the pain, deal with the pain, look after the pain. It's important to tend to the pain with proper medical attention. The doctor tended to the pain by prescribing medication and recommending physical therapy. She tended to the pain in her back with regular massages and stretching exercises. Cope with. To manage or deal with a phobia. Synonym for cope with, manage, handle, deal with, confront, face, tackle. He struggled to cope with the pain of losing his loved one. She learned to cope with the chronic pain by practicing relaxation techniques. She has learned to cope with her fear of heights over time. Face up to confront or deal directly with a phobia. Synonym for face up to, confront, address, deal with, tackle, brave encounter. She decided to face up to her fear of heights by gradually exposing herself to elevated places. It's essential to face up to your phobias to overcome them. It was time to face up to the pain and seek professional help. Run from, to avoid or escape situations that trigger a phobia. Synonym for run from, avoid, escape, flee, evade, shun, dodge. She realized she could no longer run from her phobia and needed to confront it. People with agoraphobia may tend to run from crowded places. He always ran from the pain, seeking temporary distractions instead of addressing the root cause. Shut out, to avoid thinking about or acknowledging a phobia. Synonym for shut out, ignore, exclude, block out, avoid, disregard, tune out. She tried to shut out the memories of the accident to avoid reliving the pain. He shut out the thoughts of failure and focused on positive affirmations. It's not healthy to shut out your fears. Facing them is crucial. Back away from, to retreat or move away from something that triggers a phobia. Synonym for back away from, retreat from, withdraw from, shrink from, pull back from, avoid, recoil from. She backed away from situations that triggered her phobia, preferring to avoid them altogether. He often backed away from social gatherings, unable to confront his social anxiety. He tends to back away from spiders due to his arachnophobia. Bail out on, to avoid participating in an activity or situation due to a phobia. Synonym for bail out on, abandon, desert, forsake, leave, withdraw from, drop out of. She bailed out on attending the party because of her fear of crowds. He bailed out on a hiking trip when he realized it involved crossing a suspension bridge. She had to bail out on the camping trip because of her fear of the dark. Draw back from, to recoil or pull away from something due to a phobia. Synonym for draw back from, recoil from, retreat from, shrink from, withdraw from, shy away from, pull back from. She drew back from the edge of the cliff, paralyzed by her fear of heights. He drew back from the snake in fear. He drew back from the spider in fear, unable to overcome his arachnophobia. Shy away from, to avoid or be hesitant about something due to a phobia. Synonym for shy away from, avoid, evade, recoil from, retreat from, withdraw from, shrink from. Many people shy away from public speaking due to social phobias. She shied away from swimming in the ocean due to her thalassophobia. He shies away from public speaking because of his glossophobia. You can find playlists for various languages in the video description. To practice the vocabulary, you are encouraged to explore our various apps. Links to these are also included in the description. If you found something new or interesting, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section and provide your valuable feedback. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more educational content.